Decor trends that secretly make your home look cheap. Now, some decor trends look amazing online, and then somehow, once you decide to implement it at your house, your home just looks cheaper. Not necessarily because the idea themselves are terrible, but because many trends today prioritize shock value, really fast, trendy aesthetics, or social media appeal instead of creating a space that actually feels grounded, layered, and like believable to live in. And honestly, one of the biggest differences between homes that feel expensive and homes that don't usually just comes down to restraint. Luxury interiors tend to feel calm, collected, and thoughtfully balanced. But many trendy spaces end up feeling visually overwhelming because they chase every design trend all at once. So in this video, we're talking about decor trends that can accidentally make a home look low quality, and more importantly, how to take those same spaces and make them feel more elevated. But before we get started, welcome back to Home Decor 101, your YouTube home decor channel. Number 1, everything matching perfectly. Now listen, one of the fastest ways to make a home feel less expensive is when everything matches too perfectly. And I know what you're going to say, but Stina, it's all in the same room. It's supposed to match. Yes, my dear, I'm talking about matching furniture sets, matching lamps, matching side tables, matching decor everywhere that you look. And you are right, coordinated design is super important in a room. It kind of helps everything flow. But when you overly match interiors, it ends up feeling more like a furniture showroom than a real home. Now, expensive homes usually feel collected over time. And here's what I mean. There's variation, there's different textures, there's slight contrast. It looks as though pieces were thoughtfully looked at and said, oh, okay, this would be great in this room, instead of just purchased all at the same time from the same store in one shopping trip. Now, that doesn't mean that your home needs to be maximalist or feel super chaotic or mismatched. I'm not saying that either, because that doesn't work for a lot of people, and I get it. But adding contrast through wood tones or vintage pieces, a little fabric here, a different fabric there, unique decor, instantly makes the room feel more personal and elevated. Isn't that ironic? A space looks more luxurious when it feels slightly less perfect. Let that sink in for a minute. Oh goodness, some of y'all may hate me for this one, but I'm gonna say it. The overuse of LED light strips. Oh my gosh. Okay, now I don't hate these things. And like I said, I know this is a bit controversial, but excessive LED strip lighting can quickly make a room feel less sophisticated. I know that is super in right now. And the ones I'm talking about, especially the bright color-changing lights that people use to outline ceilings and furniture and TVs, or, my God, the entire room. Now, the issue isn't mood lighting itself that's the problem. In fact, lighting is one of the most important part of luxury designs. The problem is when lighting starts to feel harsh, artificial, or visually overstimulating, which can happen a lot with these lights as they are blinking their 12 light color scheme to the sound of whatever music is playing. Now, expensive homes usually rely on layered warm lighting instead. Lamps, wall sconces, soft accent lighting, dim shadows, warm bulbs, that type of thing. That type of lighting is going to create a certain depth and like an atmosphere, a vibe to your room, instead of the flashing lights. And not to always take it psychologically, but I was a psychology major. And psychologically, softer lighting simply feels calmer and more emotionally comforting in a room, rather than like a room with blasting neon colors blinking. Luxury spaces rarely scream visually, they just kind of exist and glow quietly. Number 3, overly trendy fast furniture. Now, there's absolutely nothing wrong with decorating on a budget. And if you pay attention to this channel, I have more than one video about it because we all don't have hundreds of thousands to throw at a room for interior decorating. But one thing that can unintentionally cheapen a room is when every single piece feels extremely trend driven all at the same time. Now, I know that you all know what I'm talking about. The really ultra thin furniture, the furniture that has all those glossy finishes, the mass produced pieces copying whatever aesthetic you saw on TikTok that's super trending this month. The issue is not affordability with this style. I'm all for doing it for cheap. The issue is a lack of balance. Because homes that usually feel expensive mix styles and textures and eras together. Maybe there's a modern sofa next to like a vintage wood coffee table, or an affordable decor mixed with one or two timeless anchor pieces passed down from a grandmother, or maybe just a really good score at a thrift store. This combination is going to create a lot of personality and a lot of depth in your room. It makes people stop and really look at the pieces that you have. And when every item looks temporary or over super trendy, the room can start to feel a little disposable and cheap. And I'm gonna be honest with you, even one secondhand wood piece with character can elevate an entire room more than a house filled with trendy, fast furniture. And I know a lot of people go the fast furniture route because a lot of times it can be inexpensive. But utilize your local thrift stores, utilize your Salvation Armies, utilize Facebook Marketplace. Some people are getting rid of some really good stuff because they don't want to deal with it anymore, they're downsizing, or they're moving. Okay, so number 4, overly literal decor and word signs. Now, at one point, wall signs with words and phrases were everywhere. Y'all remember live, laugh, love, gather, eat. And while there's nothing wrong with wanting your home to feel warm or welcoming, overly literal decor often removes sophistication from a space. Expensive interiors, they usually create emotion indirectly instead of spelling it out for you on a sign. Instead of telling people that the kitchen is for gathering, I mean, we know that. The atmosphere itself makes people want to gather there. I feel like that's where the luxury comes in. That's why textured artwork, abstract pieces, framed photography, layered textiles, and sculptural decor usually age much better than trendy quote signs. Here's a really good tip for you. Your room itself should tell the story. You don't have to give it subtitles. Number 5, overstyling every surface. Now, one of the biggest differences between expensive homes and cluttered homes is the visual breathing room. We've talked about this a little bit before. Luxury interiors rarely feel stuffed with decor, but many trendy homes today overload every shelf, every countertop, every coffee table, every wall with a small decorative object. And psychologically, visual clutter leads to stress. A lot of times it's not even directly, it's indirectly, even when the decor itself is pretty. Because as you're looking around your room, your eyes never really get a chance to rest. Expensive homes usually use restraint much more intentionally. A few larger decor pieces often create more impact than dozens of tiny little ones competing for attention. So I've said this before in one of the previous videos that I made, but negative space is incredibly important in design because it's going to give you a little bit of balance. The ironic part is leaving certain areas empty can make the room feel more elevated. Because luxury design is usually not about adding more, it's about knowing when it's time to stop. And number 6, this was a big one for a while, and those are the ultra white rooms with no warmth, okay? So for years, extremely stark white interiors dominated social media. You know, the rooms that had the white walls, the white floors, the white furniture, white kitchens. Everything is bright and white with almost no contrast or warmth. And while light interiors can absolutely feel beautiful, I hate to say I actually got stuck on this train for a little while. I was like, I want all white everything, it's so nice. And then I forgot, oh yeah, I have a real life with real people and real animals, and it's probably the worst thing. Also, many ultra white spaces ended up feeling emotionally cold and kind of flat. Expensive homes usually balance lighter palettes with a little bit of warmth and texture. So, natural woods, linen fabrics, warm cream tones, and stone textures. Maybe even some layered lighting and organic materials. Those details can soften a room and make it just feel more cozy and human. Because the truth is, most people don't actually want their homes to feel like some kind of sterile showroom. Some people do, but most people don't. They want them to feel calm and welcoming and comfortable to exist. And in order to get that, just add a little warmth. It's going to play a huge role into that. And last but not least, trying too hard to look luxury. Now, one of the biggest mistakes in design is trying too aggressively to imitate luxury instead of creating like an authentic luxury room. So, I think you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the fake marble contact paper, the crushed dining furniture, the mirrored glam pieces everywhere. Decor designed to loudly announce itself as, hey, I am here and I am expensive. The crazy part about it is that truly expensive homes usually do the opposite, hence the whole quiet luxury idea. They rely on quieter details, better textures, softer palettes, quality materials, comfortable layouts. Real luxury tends to feel understated. It doesn't constantly have to prove itself with a bunch of brand name logos all over your furniture. And that's why homes and people that focus too heavily on like looking rich can sometimes end up feeling less sophisticated overall. Because genuine luxury is rarely about the visual excess of a room. It's usually about that calm confidence. Okay guys, so here are my final thoughts. The homes that feel the most expensive are usually not the homes trying the hardest to impress people. I'm gonna say that one more time so it can sink in. The homes that feel the most expensive are usually not the homes trying the hardest to impress people. Now, the homes that feel the most expensive feel layered and comfortable and balanced and grounded. And most importantly, they feel believable. Because good design is not really about chasing every trend that appears online. Just get a Pinterest board for that. It's so much easier. It's about creating a home that still feels beautiful long after those trends disappear. A space that feels personal, lived in. And honestly, that kind of home will always feel more luxurious than one designed only to keep up with the internet for a year. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Hey, and if you haven't, subscribe. I have noticed that I'm getting people watching the video, but not many of you all are subscribed. So subscribe so you can keep up with all the videos that I have coming. I do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, friends.